Today we are going to discuss about the phylum Hemichordata. In olden days, Hemichordata taxon is subphylum under the phylum Chordata. Nowadays, the taxon of the Hemichordata is phylum under the non-chordate or invertebrates. Non-chordates. So it is a non-chordate phylum or invertebrate phylum. Hemichordates are triploblastic animals, exhibit bilateral symmetry. Coelom, enterocoelom, enterocoelom. Level of organization, organ, system level of organization. Digestive system is well developed with digestive glands. Respiratory organs. Hemichordates are mostly marine forms. So respiratory organs are gills are the respiratory organs in Hemichordata. Circulatory system is open type of circulatory system. And excretion. Nephridia or kidneys are the excretory organs. Body is divided into three regions. Proboscis, and second one is collar, and last one trunca. Proboscis, collar, and trunca. In collar region, proboscis, collar, and trunk. Collar contain proboscis glands. They are useful for excretion. So what are the excretory organs? Proboscis glands are the excretory organs. These hemichordates exhibit both chordate characters and non-chordate characters. Example for hemichordata. Branchiostoma. And coming to the phylum Chordata. Next phylum is Chordata. Phylum Chordata was coined by the term Chordata was coined by the name Chordata was coined by Balfour. Chorda means notochord. Eta means having. Chordata means notochord containing animals belongs to the phylum Chordata. What are the fundamental characters of chordates? There are four fundamental characters. Notochord. The second one is narrow chord. Tubular narrow chord. Holotubular narrow chord. Notochord, narrow chord. And third one is pharyngeal gill slits. And fourth one is post-anal tail. These are the four fundamental characters of chordata. Phylum Chordata includes three subphyla. They are Urochordata. Second one, Cephalochordata. And third one is Vertebrata. Urochordata subphylum. Chordata includes three subphyla: Urochordata, Cephalochordata, Vertebrata. Urochordata and Cephalochordata together called as protochordates. These are protochordates. They are also called as acraniates with the absence of cranium. Why it is called as Urochordata? Urochordata notochord present in the larval tail region. larval tail region. In Cephalochordata, notochord extends from head region to tail region. Head to tail, and from tail to head region, hence the name Cephalochordata. In Cephalochordata, notochord is persistent. Persistent means present throughout the life. Notochord is present throughout the life. Urochordates also called as tunicates. Tunicates. Why they are called as tunicates? Presence of a tunicin, cellulose-like structure, hence the name tunicata. Tunicata. Urochordates, notochord is present in larval tail region. Here both extends up to head region. Next one. Both in urochordates and cephalochordates, endostyle is present. Endostyle. Ventral style of the pharynx contain endostyle. What is the function of endostyle in both the urochordates and cephalochordates? Endostyle function is ciliary mode of filter feeding. Ciliary mode of filter feeding. Urochordates. In urochordates, some of the organisms exhibit alternation of generation, also called as metagenesis. Example, salpa and doliolum. Salpa and doliolum exhibit alternation of generation. Next, some of the urochordates exhibit retrogressive metamorphosis. What is retrogressive metamorphosis? The four fundamental characters are well developed in larval stage and reduced in adult stage. That type of metamorphosis is called retrogressive metamorphosis. Example, Isidia. And last one, some of the urochordates exhibit neoteny or pedogenesis. What is neoteny or pedogenesis? Larva present in a prolonged period, that is prolonged larval stage is called neoteny. Example, neoteny is exhibited by Oicoflora. So example for urochordates, for example for urochordata, Isidia, Salpa, Doliolum and Oicoflora. Another example is Pyrosoma. Pyrosoma is the only chordate which exhibit bioluminescence. What is bioluminescence? Emission of light by living organism is called bioluminescence. So it is a Pyrosoma is the only chordate which exhibit bioluminescence. It is a colonial form. That is about urochordata. Coming to cephalochordata. In cephalochordata, circulatory system is closed type, wherein urochordata, open type of circulatory system in urochordata, open type. Here, closed type. Excretory organs are solenocytes. Protonephridia with solenocytes in case of cephalochordates. Example for cephalochordata, Amphiaxis, branchiostoma and Amphiaxis. That is about urochordata and cephalochordata. And coming to vertebrata. In vertebrata, notochord is replaced by vertebral column. Why it is called as vertebrata? Notochord is replaced by vertebral column, hence the name vertebrata. Vertebrates are triploblastic animals exhibit bilateral symmetry, organ system level of organization. Heart consists of 2 chambers in case of fishes, 3 chambers in case of amphibians, 4 chambers, incomplete 4-chambered heart, reptiles, and 4-chambered, incomplete 4-chambered reptile, 4-chambered heart, birds and mammals. And coming to vertebrata, subphylum vertebrata includes 2 divisions. Subphylum vertebrata includes 2 subdivisions. 2 divisions. There are 2 divisions in the vertebrata. This is subphylum. Subphylum vertebrata includes 2 divisions. Anata, Gnathostomata, Anata and Gnathostomata. These are the divisions. Vertebrata includes 2 divisions, Anata and Gnathostomata. Anata, jawless or jaws are absent. Jawless vertebrates belongs to the division Anata. Jawed vertebrates, jaws are present. Jawed vertebrates belongs to the division Gnathostomata. Anata includes only one class, extant class, that is Cyclostomata. Gnathostomata includes 2 superclasses. These are the superclasses. Superclass Pisces or fishes. Pisces and tetrapoda. Pisces and tetrapoda. Superclass Pisces includes Astracodermi and Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes. Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes, commonly called as fishes. Tetrapoda includes the following classes: Amphibia, Reptilia, aves or birds, and mammals. These are the classes of superclass Tetrapoda. Classification of Gnathostomata based on their fins and limbs. Based on the presence or absence or presence of limbs and limbs. Limbs in case of Tetrapoda, fins in case of Pisces. Coming to the class Cyclostomata. Why it is called as Cyclostomata? Cyclo means mouth, circular. In case of Cyclostomates, mouth is circular and suctorial. Mouth is circular and suctorial. Endoskeleton is made up of mostly cartilage. Scales are absent. Gills, 6 to 15 pairs of gills. For what? Respiration. Renal portal system is absent. Cyclostomates are mostly marine. mostly marine. But these organisms show anadromous migration, means some of the organisms move from marine water to fresh water. Marine water to fresh water. Next, number of semicircular canals. One or two semicircular canals present in the ear. Next, example for cyclostomata. Petromyzon, commonly called as lamprey. Larva Petromyzon is ammocetus. Larva Petromyzon is ammocetus. Petromyzon exhibit anadromous migration. What is anadromous migration? Migration from marine water to fresh water for one, breeding or spawning. After spawning, these organisms die. In the fresh water, Petromyzon lay the eggs in the fresh water. These eggs become larvae. These larvae are returned to marine water for a further development. After laying the eggs, Petromyzon die in the fresh water. And second example is Myxin, commonly called as hagfish. Myxin, commonly called as hagfish. It is a detrivorous. That is about the class Cyclostomata. And coming to the class Pisces, superclass Pisces includes two classes, Chondrichthyes and Ostrichthyes. Chondrichthyes and Ostrichthyes. Chondrichthyes and Ostrichthyes. Chondrichthyes. Ostrichthyes. Ostrichthyes. Chondrichthyes and Ostrichthyes. Chondrichthyes includes cartilaginous fishes, or the chondrichthyes also called as cartilaginous fishes. These are bony fishes. In cartilaginous fishes, endoskeleton is made up of cartilage. In bony fish, in Ostrichthyes, endoskeleton is made up of bone. Next, scales. Scales are placoid scales. Placoid scales in Chondrichthyes. Here, ctenoid scales or ganoid scales or cycloid. Ctenoid, ganoid or cycloid scales. Body is covered by placoid scales in case of cartilaginous fishes, ctenoid, ganoid or cycloid scales in case of Ostrichthyes. Gill slits. Number of gill slits in cartilaginous fishes, 5 to 7 pairs of gill slits. Not covered by operculum. That means operculum is absent. In 4 pairs of gills, 4 pairs in bony fishes, 4 pairs of gills, they are covered by operculum. That means operculum is present. Next, air bladder or swim bladder is absent. Here, air bladder is present. Due to the presence of air bladder, it exhibits buoyancy. Buoyancy means balance. Due to the absence of air bladder in cartilaginous fishes, they continue swim for balance. And next term, tail or caudal fin. Caudal fin is heterocercal. In case of Ostrichthyes or bony fishes, caudal fin is homocercal or deficircle. Homocercal or deficircle caudal fin. Next, cartilaginous fishes, mostly viviparous. Viviparous. Mostly viviparous. These are oviparous, egg-laying. Cartilaginous fishes excrete urea. So they are ureotelic animal fishes. Bony fishes excrete ammonia. Ammonotelic fishes. Examples for cartilaginous fishes are Scoliodon, commonly called as dogfish, and torpedo, Scoliodon, torpedo, etc. Examples for Ostrichthyes. Number 1, hippocampus, marine fishes. Hippocampus, commonly called as seahorse. Exocetus, commonly called as flying fish. These are marine ones. Marine fishes. That means cartilaginous fishes. Most of the cartilaginous fishes are marine forms. So, bony fishes, both marine and freshwater. Bony fishes, both marine and freshwater. Cartilaginous fishes, only marine. Marine bony fishes, hippocampus, exocetus. Freshwater ones, cutla, labiorohita, cutla, labiorohita, and third one is Clarius batrachus. Freshwater fishes. Aquarium fishes are Blatta, fighting fish, angelfish. These are the aquarium fishes. That is about chondrichthyes and ostrichthyes. And coming to the next class, amphibia. Before that, why it is called as tetrapoda? Tetra means 4. Poda means legs or limbs. There are 4 limbs. What are the 4 limbs? 2 forelimbs and 2 hind limbs. 2 forelimbs and 2 hind limbs. Due to the presence of total 4 limbs, the name tetrapoda. Study of amphibians is called batrachology. Study of reptiles, herpetology. Study of birds, ornithology. Study of mammals, mammalogy. Study of amphibians, batrachology. Study of reptiles, herpetology. Study of aves, ornithology. Study of mammals, mammalogy. Study of fishes is called ichthyology. Study of fishes, ichthyology. Fishes plus amphibians together called as Ichthyopsida. Fishes and amphibians together called as Ichthyopsida. Reptiles plus birds together called as Sauropsida. Reptiles and birds. Poikilothermic animals. Poikilothermic are cold-blooded. Poikilothermic animals are cold-blooded animals are fishes, amphibians, and reptiles. These are poikilothermic animals. Next, warm-blooded animals. Warm-blooded or homeothermic animals or endothermic. Warm-blooded, homeothermic or endothermic. Poikilothermic, cold-blooded or exothermic. Poikilothermic animals, they can change their body temperature according to environment or surroundings. What are homeothermic animals? Animals which can maintain constant body temperature. Those animals are called warm-blooded or homeothermic or endothermic animals. Example, aves and mammals. Last one is anamniotes. During embryonic development, the amnion layer is not formed. Those animals are called anamniotes. Fishes plus amphibians. Fishes and amphibians are anamniotes. Amniotes. During embryonic development, amnion layer is formed. Those animals are called amniotes. Reptiles, birds, and mammals. Reptiles, birds, and mammals. These are amniotes. Anamniotes are fishes and amphibians. Amniotes. All ichthyopsidans are amniotes. All amniotes also ichthyopsidans. All sauropsidans are amniotes. All sauropsidans, reptiles and birds, sauropsidans. All sauropsidans are amniotes. But all amniotes are not sauropsidans. All poikilothermic animals are anamniotes. All anamniotes are poikilothermic animals. All anamniotes, fishes and amphibians. All anamniotes are poikilothermic. But all poikilothermic animals are not anamniotes. That is about subphylum Botybrata.